Hi, my name's Sam, and today we're going to be making white chocolate and raspberry cheesecake muffins. When I was thinking of recipes for me to make for this competition, I was thinking, what desserts do I like? I like muffins, and I like cheesecake, so I thought, why not put them together? So first we're going to make the cheesecake part of the recipe, and all you'll need is 8 ounces of Philadelphia, 3.5 ounces of marshmallow cream, an eighth of a teaspoon of lime, and an eighth of a teaspoon of vanilla extract. That's what we've got in this bowl to begin with. And we'll just whisk this up, and then we'll put some raspberries and some cookies in there. With the cookies, we've crushed them up, but I haven't crushed them up into really, really small crumbs because you still want to get that crunch in there. So first, we're going to put in about 3 ounces of raspberries. And we want to be quite gentle with them. We want them to break up a little so they can give the cream cheese a nice pink colour, but we don't want them to be all crushed up. I like to use a metal spoon because it cuts through the raspberries, but it doesn't crush them up. Now, I've already crushed up the ginger snap cookies, and they're quite big pieces. Like I said, you want to still get that crunch. And as we're going to freeze this cheesecake now, it keeps them crunchy. And you want to stir that up so that gets in every part of the cheesecake. And we want to get it done as quickly as possible and get it onto the pan to freeze, so that that cookie stays nice and crispy. It doesn't really matter what kind of pan you use, as long as you can get it in the freezer and it's freezer proof. So, just like to take 2 teaspoons and just try and get it in as much of a ball as possible. And this recipe makes 20 muffins, so we'll need 20 balls. And just remember, if you've got some cheesecake left over, that's okay. It's a no-bake cheesecake, so we get to eat it. Although I'm not saying that you should make your cheesecake balls extra small just so that you get to eat it at the end. And with some of these, you will have whole raspberries in there, which is great. Some people are going to get whole raspberries in there. Some people are going to get nice pieces of raspberry. Either way, it all tastes good. So we'll just put it in the freezer here. And it just stays in the freezer until you've made the muffin mix. That's all it needs to stay in there for. So let's get the muffin mixture ready. First, we need to just get our dry ingredients ready. So we'll need 2 cups of flour. And these will just go in a little bowl because we'll be tipping them into our main container. Try not to make as much of a mess as me though. So that's 2 cups of flour. And then we'll need a tablespoon, which I've left over here, of baking powder. And then we'll need half a teaspoon of salt. And we'll just give this a quick stir and set that to one side. Now in this bowl, we'll be mixing up the butter and the egg and the sugar. The butter's in with some melted chocolate. I did this earlier because it has to cool for 10 minutes, but put 4 ounces of white chocolate and 4 tablespoons of butter into a bowl. Now, I don't have a double boiler, but you would normally do this in a double boiler. So I just put a glass bowl over a saucepan with water in. Now we have to stir that until it's about half melted, and then leave it to cool for 10 minutes. Now that's been cooling, so that's cooled now for 10 minutes. And then we will need 1 egg, and we will need some sugar. We need a 1/4 cup of sugar. We want to take this melted chocolate that's cooled down just a little bit with the butter in it, and we pour this in. Good. Make sure we get all the chocolate. That's the best bit of the white chocolate muffin. Just set that off to one side. Good. Don't need the whisk anymore. Get out a wooden spoon and the rest of the chocolate. And this will be another 8 ounces of chocolate. 12 ounces altogether of the white chocolate. Make sure we get all of that. You don't want to miss out on any chocolate. So it's extra, extra chocolatey. And then the dry ingredients, just make sure you've mixed it up. And we've got that all combined. And then we just tip it into this wet mixture until it's moist. So now we want to set up our muffin tins. We also want to preheat the oven to 375. Now, I've got some pink muffin cases here, which I like to use for these because the centre is going to be all pink with the cheesecake. So we'll need 20 of these. You just need a regular tablespoon. It doesn't need to be exact measurements, but we just want to put about a spoon into each muffin case. Because we've got to then drop a cheesecake ball in there and then put more muffin mixture on top. So we don't want to go too crazy at the beginning and run out of mixture. Which, hey, if you do that, that's okay. It just means that the cheesecake's showing when you eat the muffin rather than being a surprise. So just put 1 spoon at the bottom there. Now we've got a tablespoon in each of the muffin cases. Just make sure you spread it out so it fills the bottom of the muffin case. So we don't have any cheesecake on the bottom. Which will be fine, but you know, it looks prettier when you bite into it when the cheesecake's right in the center. Okay. So let's get the cheesecake. There we go. So we've got our balls of cheesecake, and they'll just be slightly set. You know, they don't need to be frozen solid. They just need to be slightly set so you can pick them up. Just drop it into the top of each muffin. Okay, now we've got a cheesecake ball on each muffin. Then we just need to top the muffins off with some eggs. Now, like I said, if you want, you can leave the tops off, and you'll be able to see the nice pink colour through the top of the muffin, or you can top them all. So I'll just top them all now. Okay, so now we put them in a 375-degree oven for about 30 minutes. So we'll do that now. And here's our finished muffin. As you can see, the cheesecake in the middle is a nice pink color,